Let's go! A little Michael Van Buren film study of the game-winning drive. We have a deeper film review breaking down every play that'll be released a little bit later today. But let's focus in on what made this drive special, which was the LSU offensive line. We start off here with a nice little counter GT action to the left side, and you get some really good blocks here. Weston does kind of clog it up here, but still, it's set up really nicely, and this is a good job by Harlem Berry, who was phenomenal getting skinny in the hole and picking up a nice gain there. Then, yeah, the fake reverse action here on the direct snap to Jawan Johnson. Ori Williams gets beat to the inside. It's a difficult down block for him. So Jawan does a good job making that in miss. And because all the other blocks were good, Jawan was able to get vertical to turn this into a first down. All right, so this is where it starts getting crazy, because is this a game-winning drive by Michael Van Buren? Sure, okay, but this is where Frank Wilson's coaching really started to come into play. We get the trick plays going, okay? If you don't have a great offense, you need to get creative, okay? And this sets up really, really nicely. Xavion throws a really nice ball right here to Trey'Dez Green. Boom, okay? Now, we can get into a conversation here. Okay, perfect, TT. Staying at Auntie's house. I love it. Love coming to BR. So Xavion gets the ball here. Should he have actually thrown this football to the post to Caden Durham? All right, or the vertical, if you will. Still, it's a really nice throw and an even better catch right there, but it was dropped. Okay, the ball was catchable. Okay, look at this. Boom. Got to make that play. You could see it. All right. Now, this is once again, I got destroyed, ironically, on TikTok about this. I'm going to defend Trey'Dez on this drop because anytime you're running from the sunshine into the shadows, it's a difficult catch to make. It just is. So you could see he's in the sun, he's in the sun, he's in the sun, and then the ball is in the shadows, okay? It can add to the difficulty of it, but it would have been a difficult grab. We get stuffed on 2nd and 10, and then we get to 3rd and 10. And boy, oh boy, this is big time quarterbacking, right? They're able to rush 4, drop 7, pocket is collapsing, good wide base, not choppy, not bashful at all. Just rip this SOB over the top of the overhang right there. Boom. I mean, goodness gracious, y'all. You can't really play quarterback better than that. It's near impossible, honestly. I mean, look at this, man. Look at this. He just destroys zone coverage on in-breakers, okay? Good stuff. Great catch by Barryon as well, and it's a first. So now we get to a play that is really bad by the Arkansas defense, and it's really bad by the LSU offense, okay? And this would be my advice to Alex Atkins. If there was one thing, I don't know if Alex is watching this at all. I have a lot of respect for him. As a young play caller, if your team is going to be a heavy, quick screen team, which is what our offense is right now, guess what? It's not a bad thing. That's what Georgia's offense basically is right now. It's a lot of quick hitters. If you're going to do that, what you need to build into it, and in Alex's defense, teams have done a really good job defending these types of plays versus us with Garrett. But if you're going to run a lot of quick screens, and you've had a lot of success in particular with quick screens with Barryon and Xavion in particular, you got to have quick screens and goes, right? Because Arkansas is really keyed in right here. If we have one vertical, boom, they're not stopping that, okay? So quick screen, vertical go, off of it, all right? Because they are really playing downhill versus this action, okay? So now we then get to the actual play itself. It's an RPO, and this is a good pull read right here, okay? Obviously, or a good keep read, excuse me. You can make a case that this ball could have been thrown, very well could have been thrown. Or if he keeps it, you could fake throw it and then take advantage of that space right there. but instead we decide to hand it off. Okay, so now we get to the actual handoff itself, and well, this is where Arkansas gets screwed. We really get a big one here for LSU because this should have been a holding. All right, so right here, Ori Williams just gets rock'em sock'em robot by a linebacker. Okay, that is absolutely filthy stuff right there. Okay, so now guess what? Ori's in trouble. Now, if you're Caden, did he actually read this out right? Could he have banged this up? I don't know, but that's holding. All right, the hold allowed Caden to get flat. That just got to be called, and the ref is looking directly at this play. I mean, eyes on it. And he misses it, and this turns out to be a decent gain for LSU. I know it's kind of tough to see from the end zone copy, but it's about 4 or 5 yard gain. So Frank brought this up in the post gamer that basically he was like, hey, we're going to run these trick plays. We are emptying the chamber to bring in this golden boot, baby. You love to see it. And this is just so nasty on so many different levels, okay? You fake the reverse right here, and then Trey'Dez Green looks as if he's blocking. Instead, he is releasing down the field. Really nice design by Frank, Alex, and the LSU offensive staff. And guess what? You get an easy explosive here to Trey'Dez Green. Good stuff. I love the fact that the LSU Tigers really got into their bag of tricks, because if your offense is not good, which the LSU offense is definitely not that, you have to get creative, right? It was a big complaint about the Joe Sloan era, okay? So we start off here with a quick pitch here to Juwan Johnson. One thing that has always bugged me about the LSU offensive line is the overall footwork of this group just isn't the best, okay? So you can see here at the top that Weston Davis, in his initial descent, very easily could have been tripped up by his own guy, Bauer Sharp, okay? But lucky enough, that does not happen. But watch what happens to the left tackle, Ori Williams. Once again, a backup who was forced into a starter's role. Look, this is him just going up against a guy, and somehow, some way, he falls down here, okay? So after Ori Williams falls down, the last thing we need you to do in this spot is drift upfield, okay? This isn't a designed run. Once you fall, look for somebody at the line of scrimmage to actually pick up to block, okay? So get up, find some work, and obviously he's late. So if he would have saw zero right here, he could have actually saved himself on this play, but instead he leaks down the field. What if after you're disoriented, you're running down the field and you're 3 yards past the line of scrimmage? It doesn't make any sense. And then it also kind of dirties up this picture here for MVB, right? So, yeah, just kind of a strange play, okay? Really good adjustment right here by Frank Wilson as well. No substitutions, okay? Just get up to the line of scrimmage and run the next play, because you can see here, we run the dipsy-doodle, whip-de-doo play, and guess what? We don't sub in really any of our best receivers, right? These are two of our backup receivers. This is our third string running back. Just hurry up and run the next play. We have been begging the LSU defense to do it, or the LSU offense to do it, and guess what happens? Arkansas's defense is compromised, right? We have a very easy 2-on-2 opportunity over here. This safety is pinned all the way back. There is no backer over here. So guess what? Going quick has them in a tizzy, and we're able to get the football out to Kyle Parker. So a really good piece of football right there. And the play doesn't really need to be all that clean. Now, I do want to show some major love to Trey'Dez Green. Blocking has been an up and down affair. This is just nasty work by number 14 right here. Boom. That'll get you a lot of money at that axe level. You could block like that. Look at that. Wow. They called holding on Trey'Dez Green there. No need to show the replay. So we run a fake pitch, and obviously the design of this is to try to get this football to Trey'Dez Green. Arkansas seen this play happen quite a bit. So now he just wants to take the sideline shot. Once again, this is not one of their better corners. So MVB decides to take it. There's a lot of pressure as well. So he does a good job just working it here. Back shoulder. Xavier gets his face pulled, and it's an automatic first down. Okay, 1st and 10. I actually really like this play call. Quarterback draw. We haven't really shown it yet this game. They just had the perfect call for it. Unblocked blitzer flying in from the second level. We just get unlucky. They outnumber us, and it's only a gain of a couple. All right, let's get to the 2nd and 8. First bit of criticism here is I would like to go a little bit quicker here. It would be a little bit more justifiable if you were going slower here and you were down by 7 and it's an automatic go for it situation. But if you're down by 6, we want to keep the field goal in play here, right? So, it's just something for me. It's not the worst, so it really isn't. Now, we get to here. It's a rush 3, drop 8. And, well, you can see to the bottom here, we do have Aaron open. So he decides to work to the right, which is fine. Okay, you're not always going to work to the right side of the formation. Now, nothing is open. All right, this ball to Bauer Sharp is just not there. Okay, so obviously you're reading this defender. If this defender is screaming down, we're hitting Chris. Okay, if he sits right here, we're hitting Caden. He decides to hit Caden, and this ball just comes out wonky. You could tell with this footwork, he's still trying to decide what he wants to do with this defender here, and this ball sails on him. All right, and it's not really that well thrown. And obviously, if we're playing a better team, we're probably not making this linebacker miss. This has just not been a good player this year for Arkansas. And he blows a big tackle right there. I mean, that is massive, those 2 or 3 yards right there. And it sets up 3rd and medium. 3rd and 8. And I brought this up in the post-game press conference. I like it when struggling players have their moment. And Bauer Sharp has his moment here. He's just not been that good of a football player for LSU at all. But he steps up here in a major way. So we'll show you this from this angle. First thing I don't like about this from an LSU perspective is our running back here is releasing in the same direction of the shallow drag, okay, with Juwan. We don't want that, right? We would prefer this running back to release central right here, okay? Let's just say we had a good pocket. This could be the answer right here. Check it down, or you could go for it on 4th. But this is just a tough spot, right? You're cutting off Xavier here. So that needs to get cleaned up. We're running mesh. Obviously, it's zone coverage versus this mesh. And nothing's open really at all. Now, Michael Van Buren rolling out to the right side here. He's able to buy enough time. And eventually he finds Bauer Sharp. Okay. Now, we'll show you the end zone angle. This is one of the more nonsensical defensive decisions I can remember a player making. Once again, I haven't been the biggest fan of when we went 12 personnel. I thought it could be something this year, but it's just been mostly not great. But anyway, so Van Buren does a really good job. Nothing is open. Honestly, nothing at all is open on this play on this 3rd and 6. But we're given a lifeline. A few lifelines here. Cameron Ball, their defensive tackle, elects to rush to the inside, and Weston does a good job just sealing him to the inside, and now we're rolling out here to the right. Okay? Now, what happens here? Well, the safety here is looking at Trey'Dez Green. He's also looking at Trey'Dez Green. And guess what? There's a guy right here on Trey'Dez Green. So why is 3 not getting out here on Bauer Sharp? So Van Buren decides to start running, and once he starts running, he sees that DB step towards him, and all he's got to do is float it into this space right here. It's really good quarterbacking. It's a good job right here by Bauer Sharp just getting open. Okay, boom. Make sure we get 1 foot in. He gets it in, and it's a touchdown. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful.